Android Authority, what is going on? My name is Kevin the Tech Ninja, and today we're going to take a look at the HTC M8 versus the HTC E8. Now keep your eye on the corner of the screen so you know which device I'm using when I'm showing images or video. You ready? Let's begin. When it comes to the E8 and the M8, the big difference comes in the design department. The aircraft-grade aluminum build from the M8 has been seen as a favorite within the Android community. The metallic build screams quality and durability. The material at times can feel a bit slippery and more susceptible to sliding out of your hands. The brushstroke aluminum shows HTC's attention to detail when crafting this device. The E8 went with a different approach. One is more wallet-friendly. HTC with a carbonate material. This material is smooth to the touch and provides a light feel for the E8. The material choice allows for multiple color options and textures. There's also a gloss and matte variety with accent colors to choose from as well. The matte edition is grippy and sits well in the hand, however the glossy and matte both suffer from excessive fingerprint residue. When it comes to the form factor, both devices are relatively the same size. The M8 is 146.4 by 71.6 by 9.8 millimeters, and the E8 is 146.3 by 70.6 by 9.35 millimeters. The E8 edges are round, and this is said to enhance the ergonomics when holding the device. When laying the device on its back, it rocks when tapping on the screen. The E8 edges are more so tapered, which doesn't allow it to sit flush on its back, but you can still interact with the device when it's laying on a flat surface. It does rock and sway a little bit, but it's actually something that's much more manageable. Since the E8 is using the aforementioned polycarbonate material, it allows the device to be much lighter as well, and it comes in at 145 grams versus the 160. The volume rocker, SIM, and micro SD slots are located in the same spots. The power button is located on top of both devices. On the M8, it's located closer to the side bezel. On the E8, it's located towards the middle. I presume the reason for this move is that on the E8, there's no longer the IR blaster taking up the spot. The M8 has two cameras on the back of the device with a duo flash that's located by the first camera to the left. The E8 has a single traditional camera and a single LED flash on top. When it comes to the hardware, both devices are nearly identical. They come with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 processor, 2 GB of RAM, the Adreno GPU, and they come with a micro SD slot for expandable storage. Now the M8 has an option for 16 GB or 32 GB onboard storage versus 16 GB with the E8. The camera is one component that is significantly different between the two. The M8 has the ultra pixel 4 megapixel camera, and the E8 has the standard 13 megapixel camera. The sensor on the M8 is a 6:9 ratio, and the E8 has a 4:3 ratio. Now the difference doesn't stop just at the sensor. The flash is completely different as well. You can find a dual tone LED flash on the M8, and the E8 is stuck with a standard one LED flash. It seems that HTC has scrapped their imaging plans completely and wanted to try something else. As far as the images that are produced out of both cameras, they're still below the industry standard. Now we all know that megapixels is not the sole reason for images to look better, so with that being said, the 13 megapixels still does not look that great. Both cameras still has a hazy fog around the images, and the color reduplication is inaccurate. In low light, the cameras really have a hard time pulling out any colors, and the images look flat and grainy. Now we all know the M8 has the two cameras on the back, and this allows you to adjust the focal levels after the photo. But other phones are showing you that two cameras are not needed for this, and besides, it ends up being a gimmicky feature that's not used often. Shockingly enough, the 4 megapixel M8 was able to pull down images better, but compared to the E8, that's not really saying much. Overall, I prefer the HTC M8. The aluminum build is fantastic to hold, and it makes it feel like a premium device. The performance is top notch, and even if it has a lower megapixel, the camera still grabs better images than the E8. Now if price is an issue, the E8 comes in at a much lower price, and spec wise, it's a fantastic phone that can still go toe to toe with any flagship out there. Once again, guys, my name is Kevin the Tech Ninja, and this is Android Authority, your source for all things Android. Take care, guys.